Welcome back to On Scene Sports TV. My name is Coach Javon Parchment. My voice is not really clear because I have a little flu, but I have to get this video out. I have to get this video done. I have to share my opinion on this video and ask you guys in the comment section. Are the Unseen Sports TV family, persons who have not joined the family as yet, this question, the title is there, people. And it says, tense moment. Journalist angers Craig Butler with poorly timed question, in my opinion. All right. Do you think it's a poorly timed question? Or do you think the question is a tough question or it's a good question? All right. So those are the questions I'm asking you, the fans, to drop in the comment section your answer. All right, people. So I'm going to you will ask, you know, what was said? What was said? Who was the journalist and who was the person, you know, that the journalist was interviewing? All right. So it's a game between Mount Pleasant versus there at Wembley Centre of Excellence in Clarendon. And Craig Butler was asked the question. So I am going to play it for you guys to hear what exactly was asked to Craig Butler. But before we do so, people remember to do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, and share to the content. All right. Remember, when you like the video, it helps to send the video out to a lot of people so that they can enjoy and consume what we are trying to put out in the media space. You understand me? All right, people. So I'm going to play the audio right now for you guys to hear what was said, what the question was asked.
And they're holding their own against seasoned professional footballers. And I think that we will. I give it my word on that. Speaking of next year, coach, we know how unlikely it is that you will stay in the league. Have you put in preparation for tier two? So how unlikely it is? It's not.
So the question was asked: have you put in preparation for tier two? As you put, have you been putting preparation, stuff in preparation for tier two? To a coach that is at the base of the table. Hmm. I personally think it's wrong timing based on the fact that he has 5 games left, which means that if he can win the 5 games, he will be putting pressure on other persons who are close to him and that he can save himself. I believe that. I also believe that nothing is wrong with the question, but I just think it's the wrong place or the wrong time to ask the question based on the fact that he has 5 games. Um, you know, Craig Butler even paused in that video trying to process that question to give it an answer. I also think as a journalist, you have to be careful of the question you ask because you don't want the person that you're interviewing go on a rant, right? That can, affect your production or stuff like that. Because, for example, if say that journalist was working for Sportsmax or TVJ or CVM, and he said a question like that, and then the person that is interviewing go on a rant like that live, when they forget looking at it that way, people look at it that way, it wouldn't send a good message. One from the media house, one from the journalist, that the etiquette, the what are you trying to imply as a journalist? You want to beat the person, you want person to speak bad of the person because he makes um previous comments on winning the league and stuff like that. You want to get back at the person because he's losing. You understand me? We have to take in consideration those things. So I definitely think that question was not the right time to ask. It was a good question, right? It's a hard question to take, but I just think it's not the right place. Post match interview. Yeah, if it's a sit down interview, where the context of you talking about the performance of the league and where you're going at or stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna put myself in this situation, and I'm also going to break down the difference. What's the difference with that question for somebody's winning and somebody's losing? All right. So, for example, I am coaching Lima, right? I'm coaching Lima. I am at the top of the table in Group B. You have two groups. Sorry, I'm in Group A. You have two groups, Group A, Group B. All right. So I am leading by 1 point. Now, an interviewer come up to me and say, "The Parchment, have you been put in preparation for the JPL season? Seems that you're leading the competition. I have 4 matches plus two, that's 6 matches. You understand? 4 matches in the group left plus 6 matches. As much as the question seems a happy question at the time, if I answer that question and say, yes, I have, but I still have 6 games left to prove myself that I'm ready to go to Premier League. And anything can happen in 6 games. I'm leading now, but I may not make it there. You understand me? So I think even though the question is not something that um it's a hard one in terms of the message it is asking me to answer or send out, put it that way. It's not the right time. It's not the right time for that question, right? It's not the right time for the question. I think the in a question, you understand me? I think because I am winning, so it don't feel no way. But when somebody's losing, if you ask me that when I'm losing now, I may feel a way as well. I may feel a way, but I'm winning. So I don't want if you to understand what me as a people. You get the difference between the two questions. So I am almost there in to go to the Premier League, but I still have games left, and anything can happen in the game. All right? Craig Butler case is at the bottom of the table, about to go to tier two, but still have 5 games. Anything is possible as well, right? So when you ask a question like that, before you ask the question, you have to ask yourself what the response will be like in this situation. Asking a person like that when they are winning to go to the Premier League, all right, it won't be, would say the message won't be that, emotional because you're winning. And if you're losing, you're based at the table, it sends something different. You never get to me, I say. But if I answer that question and say, boy, yes, me start preparation already, right? At the end of the day, if I don't make it, the backlash that I will get from answering that question. Because I still have 6 games and anything can happen in 6 games. I will be making a prediction that I will be there. And that prediction can be wrong. Can be wrong. So the timing of the question, I think the timing of the question, wrong time to ask that question. I think from the journalist to Craig Butler there. I think the timing was wrong. I think it's a good question, but I think the timing and the context of which the interview was flowing into, I think it was not the time for that question. In my opinion, I can be wrong. People may feel upset that I saying this, but just my opinion on it. You understand me? Right. So Craig Butler also, I'm not saying that journalists, Craig Butler also could have, you know, say no comment rather than going off on a tangent. Be professional as a coach and say no comment and move on, or say we have 5 games left. I think, or just say, I think that question. Ask me ask me that question after the 5 games I play. Then I will answer. Or I also think that he could rephrase the question and say, will you continue with Veer Phoenix if you are relegated to tier two? Whatever. Look at me and say, people. Look at me and say. Look at me and say. Will you be relegated? Right? No, sorry. Will you continue with Veer Phoenix if you are relegated? Right? So the question, or we put the question out, psychology behind the question, and just to taper down the emotion, and because remember, he's going through stuff. They're humans. You understand me? So I believe that the question could have been rephrased to get something on that line where journalists wanted to get the understanding, or where the coach is at on that line of going to tier two, because a lot of people think they're going to tier two. You understand me? But I think how the question was phrased, nothing is wrong with it, but wrong timing. That's my opinion. Open to get to me as a people. You understand me? No, as I said before, Craig Butler was wrong with his, going off on a tangent as a coach as well. for trying to, going after the journalists. You understand me? I believe that you should have, just pass the question. Could say you have 5 games left. Ask me that question after the 5 games. Simple. Simple answer. Um, I don't want to speak onto that. I am not at tier 2 yet, and finish. Then after the interview, you can take on the journalist and say, what kind of question that you ask me or whatever. You understand what I mean, people? Like, subscribe and share to the content. You know it go already. Yeah. But make we listen what Craig Butler say again after that.
How unlikely it is. It's not that unlikely. If we win our games are good. If we win our games are good. When you're doing interviews, bro, you need to learn tact in the interviews. You understand? You need to understand that this is at a period of time where people are upset and not and trying to contain it to give you an interview. To facilitate you, we don't have to do it. But out of respect, we facilitate you so you don't come on at me. That's not an attack. Yeah, it is. Come on. Am I prepared? How is my preparation for tier 2? I say, have you prepared for tier 2? For what? What do you mean for what? You don't prepare for tier 2 until you're there at tier 2. You prepare.
So the journalist continue to anger the person that is interviewed. Bro, you're wrong to ask you're wrong to ask that question in that time, in my opinion. So you just say, okay then, ask the next question and move on. But I mean, everybody, practice stuff different, and persons want to put out a certain message by doing these stuff sometimes. You understand me? But I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. I think that's not the place for it. You understand me? And one thing for sure, Greg Butler will not run away from an interview. So you can always go to him and ask him. You can book an interview with him at his office, whatever may be the case. You understand me? Not run. Even if he lost, he loses. He will come and talk, right? Even though sometimes he may talk something that you don't like, right? He will come and talk. He's not going to run away from the interview, right? Yes. So I believe that.
What do you mean for what? You don't prepare for tier 2 until you're there at tier 2. You prepare for win the rest of your games. That's what you do. You prepare to fight. That's what you do. You don't throw in the towel and give up. That's not in my DNA. It's not that if you said it, man. No. You shouldn't ask that question. Ever wondered how to make better football predictions?
And people, I believe that Craig Butler was a little bit trying to be on the safe side as well, because normally certain other journalists, he would have blasted them worse than that. In my opinion, he would have blasted them worse than that. You understand me? So that's just my opinion, people. What you think? Drop it in the comment section. I also want to play this video as well with
Coach,
Sir Speed.
1-1. Is it a few results based on the conditions of the game today? I thought for a long while we wouldn't get nothing at all. I mean, I'm more upset more than young Adrian Reed. He was just hot down from behind. No card, and he would just come off of an injury. These referees don't know these things from big players. It's a joke. I mean, it was a straight red card. Much less in the game. I mean, those things are so for the points. What is the plan going forward for your next game, and also crucially to secure top 6 finishing? Yeah, that was what we came here for. I thought our win today we have set us up really nice. A draw still is not too bad. It's still in contention. You're not getting to a dog fight in that 6 pack. So this is where we want to be. You have a couple games in hand. Is that plus for Cavalier going forward? No. That don't work. That game in thing. You never play cricket. What is on the board is important. Those games we have won them, anything can happen. They're hard games, and it's racing on them. That's all. Jump up. A key player, Javon Ling, not present today. Again, he got a fractured nose and jaw. Not at all from the referee. That's what happened to him. Yeah. It's just a joke. You can just kill any one of our players. So going forward, what do you think?
All right, so people, that was a question asked. They asked Sir Speed about the referees or how the game went or stuff like that. It's a long time now. Sir Speed talking about referees and stuff like that, and I've seen a lot of things with referees as well in the JPL. I just want to say that I think that they need to do some sensitization of in terms of players and the rules and also with tackles that they make in the league. No, and they need to protect the players as well. They need to protect the players as well. The referees are not doing that. It's like, when they are war, some of the game then come like a war. Like real talk. Some of the game then come like a war. You must allow man to kick up man and them something up on the field. And it's not good. It's not good. Um it's not good. Broken jaw, this the players supposed to be getting red for those things, bro. Like, come on, what's going on? I just think that the PFJL, JFF Referee Association need to sit down, keep some workshops, sensitize the players on the different type of tackles and stuff and certain things that they're not going to tolerate on the field and the punishment. You understand me? The punishment so that you stop prevention better than cure now. You stop them from even thinking about going on the field and doing that and harming somebody. Because sometimes it's intentional and coaches want wants to win as well. And they have some of their minds are not clean. That's just the reality. It's the reality of the sports, people. It's the reality of the sport. And we need to have these things set and ready to, pay persons to abide by them. You get me? I say? Broke people foot and all them thing there. Come on, referees. We need to get it right. And PFJ they need to get it right as well. We're selling a product out and we want to see football, not fights and war and so on. If we want to see that, we go watch boxing. You understand me? We watch boxing and wrestling. If wrestling is fake. But anyway, you understand what I mean, people? We need to get it right. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share to Auntie Sports TV. We are going to be out of here, people. Big up on yourself. I'm out. Big up, big up, big up, big up.